Your trading plan is solid. You have rules, you know when to enter, you know when to exit, you have risk management notes, and you know how much your subconscious cares about any of it? About as much as a soccer fan cares where his World Cup wings came from. Almost nothing. Because your subconscious favors one thing above everything else: survival. Making it to tomorrow. The dream Lambo? Doesn't matter. The dream villa with a pool? Same story. Financial freedom, passive income, early retirement? Your subconscious isn't tuned for any of that. It's tuned for something much simpler: keeping you moving forward. There isn't one clean number that tells you exactly how much of your behavior is conscious and how much runs on autopilot. Research puts it somewhere between 80 and 95%. That's how much of your behavior runs on autopilot. Let's say, just as a model, that your conscious mind is 5%. Inside that 5% lives everything you know about trading. Your plan, your rules, everything you've read, everything you promised yourself you'd do differently this time. And here's the uncomfortable part. When pressure hits, when you actually start caring, when you don't see price on the chart anymore, only your dreams, your goals, your ambitions, your freedom, the version of yourself you're trying to build, that's when the automatic patterns take over. To your conscious mind, it can look like a dream. But to your subconscious, the same picture can register as a threat. And under threat, the subconscious has one job: pull you back to safe ground. Even if safe ground means losing the dream. And that's where the sabotage starts. Before we go deeper, one question we have to answer. What do people actually mean when they say subconscious? Not the academic version. The version that explains why, yesterday, you did exactly what you promised yourself you wouldn't. Simply put, your subconscious is every process running without your conscious input. Your heart beats, your kidneys filter, your eyes constantly scan the room for anything that could be a threat. Your immune system is fighting things you'll never even feel. Think of it as a collection of systems: biological, psychological, everything in between, all running at the same time, in parallel, without pause. Before we go any further, one sentence I want you to remember. In real time, it registers every signal coming in from your environment and immediately cross-references it with the past, looking for a match, non-stop. And here's where the real problem starts. If your system begins to associate financial goals, becoming wealthy through trading, with enough pain and stress, it may start to treat that goal like a threat. And when that happens, it does exactly what it was built to do. It pulls you away from it. To make this easier to see, let's use a simplified model. Think of a thermostat. You set it to 70 degrees. It has one job: bring the temperature back to that level. Open a window in winter, it heats. Summer heat outside, it cools. No negotiation, just correction. A similar return to baseline pattern can show up in your behavior, in how you relate to money. Over time, you build an internal baseline. What feels normal, what feels familiar. This is where most people get it wrong. Safe to your subconscious doesn't mean good. It means, I've seen this before. You saw your father drained by work, your grandfather struggling with money, someone who tried something different and got crushed. You watched patterns and you drew conclusions. This is what life looks like. This is normal. Over time, stress, familiar. So it feels stable. And a different life, financial stability, no constant stress, that can feel foreign. And what's unfamiliar triggers fear, not because it's bad, because it's new. And over time, behavior drifts back to what the brain recognizes. But that's only the first part of the answer, because what feels foreign is one mechanism. But sometimes, deeper in your subconscious, there's something more specific sitting there. One concrete memory that links financial success with danger. Picture a kid who grew up watching money destroy relationships at home. Arguments, tension, something that became deeply associated with losing safety. The brain filed it away. Money equals danger. 20 years later, that kid is sitting in front of a chart. Consciously, he wants to make money. But somewhere underneath, that old association may still be running. And at the exact moment a trade starts going well, something shifts. Anxiety, hesitation, closing the position too early. Not because he doesn't know what he's doing, because an old memory may still have a voice in the present. Most of these patterns didn't start yesterday. You could say childhood is the period when certain patterns take shape. Connections between situations, emotions, and reactions. All of that builds something like an operating system. One that later may influence what the brain reads as safe, when it reads as a threat. And that's the real reason behind self-sabotage. Despite dreaming of financial freedom, you may also carry deeply rooted beliefs and difficult memories that can trigger emotions like fear. And that can set off automatic defensive reactions, ones that get in the way of what you're actually trying to build. Now for the good news. The brain is plastic. You can work on your reactions and your emotions, and we live in a time where the knowledge and tools to do that actually exist. If you've noticed a pattern in yourself, things start going well and then suddenly everything falls apart, there's a good chance something deeper is running in the background, a pattern that works against you. If this made sense, subscribe, like, drop a comment, tell me which part hit closest. And honestly, this is one of those videos I'd recommend watching twice, because the first time you understand the idea, but the second time you may start recognizing the pattern in yourself. In the next video, we'll go even deeper, into the part most people never notice, but once you see it, it changes how you understand your own behavior. See you in the next one.